Warning: these picks were made by a very sober 5-star, but these explanations were done by a very drunk 5-star on the night before Thanksgiving. So we apologize for any slurring words or lack of sense. And furthermore, we assure you that next week 5-star will be back to his normal self, so please do not criticize nor take these picks into consideration when making your own picks. Thank you, and happy Thanksgiving. What's up? It's 5-star. Happy Thanksgiving. These are my Week 12 picks. In the Thursday games, I'm going for Green Bay over Detroit. And man, the Lions game last week was exciting as hell, coming down to the wire, literally. But I think this week's a way different story because they're not playing the Browns, they're playing the Packers. And the Packers will start the game strong, go into the half strong, come out of the half strong, and finish strong, and get the win. Dallas over Oakland. Now, do they schedule the most lopsided games for Thanksgiving? Because that way you won't feel bad if you miss them? Because that's how it is this week. And the Raiders, they did an awesome job pulling up an upset against the Bengals last week. But Dallas fans, don't fret. Because you know what? You're going to love watching this game, and you're going to stomp all over the Raiders. Because I think they used up all the miracles for one season. The New York Giants over Denver. Now I guess if I had to pick, this would be my game of the day. But that's not saying much because the other two games are just going to be fucking blowouts. Now the Giants did a good job getting their shit together last week and pulling off a good win against the Falcons. And the Denver just got rammed up the ass by the Chargers. So I think this game should be another blowout. But it does have the potential to be a good game. But chances are it's going to be a blowout and the Giants are going to win. In the Sunday games, Atlanta over Tampa Bay. Now, this is a great NFC matchup. Alright, well, it's not that great. But it only really matters for one team, and that's the Falcons. Because it's pretty safe to say that the Saints are going to clinch this division. So if the Falcons want any chance of getting into the playoffs, they're going to want to go for that wild card spot. And that means they're going to have to beat teams like the Bucks, who have no chance of stopping Michael Turner at all. Philadelphia over Washington. Now speaking of more realistic wildcard hopefuls, I think the Eagles are up there in the fight. And the Redskins, well, they need to start playing for next year. And I know Westbrook's out, but McCoy has definitely done more than hold his own. So I think the Redskins, well, I don't really need a reason to pick against them. My upset of the week is Tennessee over Arizona. Now, Vince Young looked unstoppable last Monday night. And with Chris Johnson back there running the ball, I don't even know if they can be stopped. Now, I don't know if Kurt Warner's going to be 100%, but if he's not, and even if they put Leinart in, I think the Tennessee Titan defense is going to do more than their share and help get the upset win against the Cardinals. Seattle over St. Louis. And I hope these two crappy teams can at least put up a good game like the Lions and the Browns did. But either way, it really doesn't matter. And the Rams, in the end, they're going to be still the worst team in the NFL. Carolina over the New York Jets. And I think this comes down to Sanchez throwing it to the correct team this week. And I know the Panthers would love to shut down the throwing game and let the Jets rely on the running game and then shut down that too. And then Stewart and Williams can show the Jets exactly how the running game is supposed to look, and the Panthers will come up with a successful win and finally go on a winning streak. Cincinnati over Cleveland. Now both these teams lost close games last week, like down to the wire. But the only difference is the Bengals was actually a shocker. So that means Cleveland losing to the Lions wasn't really an upset. So I think the Bengals will bounce back this week, and they'll show why they're in first place in the AFC North, especially if the kick returner can hold on to the ball. Indianapolis over Houston. And Indy keeps on proving they know how to win ball games. Now granted, they're very dramatic in the way they win ball games. You know, winning by 1 over the Patriots, and then winning by 2 over the Ravens. But a win's a win. And I really can't pick against Peyton and his Colts until they show me they can actually lose. Minnesota over Chicago. And the Vikings put a whooping session on last week. And this week should be no different. And it's so good to see Favre back there having fun and winning. And as of now, I think the Vikings have my support to be the Super Bowl champs. Just because I love seeing Favre have fun, and it would be nice to see him go out on top. That is, if he retires, and stays retired, ever. Miami over Buffalo, and hello Ricky Williams. It's nice to see you back, buddy. And if Ronnie Williams is back this week, that means the Wildcat is back and better than ever, especially against his heavily injured Bills team. San Diego over Kansas City. And wow, the Chiefs got the shockingest upset of the year so far, I would say, last week when they beat the Super Bowl champ Steelers. Now, do I think they can pull it off again? No, because just like the Raiders, they had a once-in-a-season miracle upset, and I think the Chargers are going to stomp them like they stomped the Broncos last week. Jacksonville over San Francisco. Now the 49ers only had one first down in the first half against the Packers last week. And Alex Smith almost led them to a comeback, but they fell short, of course. So I think if they start Sean Hill in the first half, and then start Alex Hill in the second half, they might have a chance. But then again, these Jags are really hot as of lately, so I think these inconsistent 49ers will not be able to stop them, and the Jags will get the win. Pittsburgh over Baltimore. And I just want to say it one more time. The Chiefs beat the Steelers. Wow. Now, if the Steelers want to keep their playoff hopes alive, they need to win games like this game. Now, don't get me wrong, the Ravens do have a chance to win because Big Ben took a big shot to the head last week, so things might go the Ravens' way. But chances are, the way the Steelers play, the Steelers are going to get the win. And in the Monday game, I'm going for New England over New Orleans. Now, I guess I should call this an upset, but realistically, it's not really that big of an upset, seeing that the Patriots almost ended the Colts' perfect season, and they should have ended the Colts' perfect season. And I think the Saints have looked kind of weak recently, so I think the Colts will be the last remaining perfect team after the Patriots beat the Saints. And I think it comes down to the defense, which is hungry for more interceptions after they picked off Sanchez 4 times last week, and the great Moss's hands. Well, that's my Week 12 picks. I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. Leave me some comments. Leave me your picks. It's once again Wednesday, so you can leave me your picks after the games. I really don't care. I'm going to go back to drinking, and I'll see you next week.